take this guy down. He's hoping to get to this big shot. And, you know, Pacquiao's really, really a good boxer. Because he was caught once by one Benwell Marquez doesn't mean he can be caught again.
Exactly. Something special. Big round for Pacquiao.
We show you the foot situation here.
So this happens often with southpaws and orthodox fighters. Pacquiao, sort of feet got a little tangled. I don't know if it was necessarily a step, but feet a little tangled there. Pacquiao comes at you at so many angles. And being a southpaw is bound to happen. And those hands were flying. A lot of punches landing. Some weren't, but a lot were. Bradley managing to do a little damage of his own, but for the most part, Pacquiao was most effective.
Well, now with 3 rounds to go on my score sheet, Tim Bradley's at the stage where he needs a knockout to win. Or at least some knockdown.
He seems very emotional in there.
That's a good word.
Rather than poised and calculating.
Hence the tactics, or the antics, I should say.
Yeah, he is emotional. That's a very good observation.
He seems a little worried. He's coming out aggressive as he has every round.
He needs to be aggressive for the full 3 minutes, and he needs to land something big now. That's what he's wanted to do the whole fight, and if he doesn't do it, he's not going to win the fight.
Now this is where Pacquiao, in the last fight, a lot of people accused him of fading and Bradley's punch output.
Well, in the last fight, I thought that Bradley started to box him more in the late rounds, and that's when he did better. Or maybe got credit for some of those rounds because he was doing better than he had earlier.
And this is, I've never seen Bradley, I don't know if sloppy is the word, Larry, but not at poise, let's say.
You know, you use the word poise. Larry said emotional, and I think they both, that's the situation. This guy is really emotional in this fight. And the other guy's such a terrific boxer. You can't get away with it with Manny Pacquiao.
And with all the attention and the focus and the people and the hoopla, Manny remains composed and doesn't let the atmosphere really get to him.
Well, just remember, you know, he fought Morales 3 times, Barrera twice, De La Hoya, Patton, all those, Marquez 4 times.
Now those were wars too.
You know, he's been at this rodeo before.
Oh, the beautiful straight left right on the jaw. Bradley, he took it well, and another one.
This is shot. Big shot by Manny Pacquiao. Straight left hand, that's his power shot. Out him again. Things aren't working for Tim Bradley right now at all.
Another good
left hand right through. That's the way a southpaw fights the right-handed fighter. Straight left hand down. Now he tries it off the ropes.
Bradley trying to counter over the left, looking to the left and trying to do something off of it. One of the reasons that Manny hasn't had knockouts in recent fights is that fighters have started to try to looking for that left and daring him to beat him some other way.
Manny having a lot of success with that left hand tonight.
He taps into the right left. I think that's going to get you to win the round with 17 seconds to go. Tim blocked him with that one.
And whether by design or not, Manny has been closing most of the rounds better than Bradley, and that somewhere along the way counts.
I agree, Larry.
Pacquiao.
So do I.
So Bradley would definitely need a knockout now.
I only have Bradley winning 2 rounds.
I have him winning 3, so.
Watch these counters now by Pacquiao.
Beautiful left hand. Switches. He's on the other side of Bradley. Another look. Top of the head on the left. And that exaggerated movement was much to this man, Bradley. Big left hand by Pacquiao.
Bradley said that if it came to this point in the fight, and he knew he had to do some serious damage or some dramatic damage, he would go for it. Let's see what he does, because he can.
His legs just don't look real solid to me tonight.
I agree.
And I go back to the Kravendikov fight and wonder how much that style that he fought him took out of him. You can win a fight, and it can take so much out of you. And me and Tim's legs don't look, I mean, they just don't look really good right now to me.
Well, yeah, they look pretty good against Marquez.
Yeah, they did.
Pacquiao now stalking, being a little bit more aggressive. Big left hand, big shots against Bradley. Bradley hugging, holding on.
Do you think it's fair to say that Bradley woke up a sleeping champion when he said he no longer had the hunger and the drive and the fire to win?
Well, he shouldn't have. It's like he's got it tonight.
There's no lack of compassion. Sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for.
Bradley pawing with that jab as he backs off. That's not his style.
Well, to those people who thought Pacquiao clearly won the first fight, this is, we told you so far.
Much more action-packed and not as tough as the tight as we thought it might be. At least thus far. Bradley completely on his bicycle now.
I don't want to put that monkey wrench in these guys, but I've been informed by a producer that the network in the United States has Bradley ahead in the fight.
Really?
Not Harold Letterman, by the way, but I'm not quite sure who. That's what they tell me in my ear. I don't believe it. I'm going to go with what we have going on.
Yeah, I trust our judgment in the eyes
Of the Lord.
of the Lord. Might have had that. Claire, your thoughts on the Colonel's comments?
Well, I have an old saying that I say to myself, trust your eyes. And
I'm going to trust your eyes, too.
this is a better round for Bradley because he's boxing him more. This is what his strength has always been, not trying to make things happen all at once.
But many times as Tim has fought Manny, Manny's fought him, so I mean, I don't know, Larry, it's tough. But I trust our eyes, too. I think the fact is up front this fight.
So do I. He hasn't fought better in this round, but he still hasn't been as effective.
Well, since the American Network had Manny winning by a huge margin the first time, maybe they're making it up. Instead of,
Right.
We'll see if the officials feel they have to make it up for that call. I had Bradley winning that round.
Watch Bradley landed his shot.
One more round. Should be exciting. Here's Bradley with a counter right over the top.
Well, for what it's worth, going to the 12th round, I've got it scored 107-103 in favor of Pacquiao. And that's what my eyes tell me.
I've got 8 rounds Pacquiao, 3 rounds Bradley.
That's,
You have the same score by round.
All right, here we go, the 12th and final round. Now, both guys said if they thought it was close, it kind of ears back and let it all fly. Bradley definitely, somebody must have told him you're behind. And look at this, both guys are going after it.
Pacquiao's landing hard left to start the round.
He wants to make it definitive too.
when the Bradley's corner keeps yelling, you need this round, you need this round. To me, that's the suggestion, the indication is they probably need 3 rounds.
There's been a sense of urgency and worry in Bradley's corner.
12th round. Both guys have a sense of urgency. They both want it. Who knows the way the scoring is if they both need it. We don't think so, but there are some that do. Timothy misses his shot. That wild right hand that he's thrown all night has missed more than it's landed. Part of the reason for that is that Pacquiao has his timing off by touching him up with that.
Gravity wants to make a last effort, but Pacquiao is raking him, finding the holes when he becomes aggressive, and he's just backed off.
Pacquiao has done a wonderful job with the hands like this time. He has gotten hit. And clearly in this round, he landed the harder shot.
Manny on the assault on him goes after. They get tied up, and Kenny Bayless tries to get him separated as quick as he can.
A minute to go in the final round.
Both guys said they'd let it go, but they're both very exhausted because the pace has been pretty heavy throughout the course of this fight. Pretty fast. Bradley looks very exhausted to me.
Bradley is ending it as he started, winging punches and hoping for the best.
And you're right, Larry. That's been the essence of this fight from Bradley.
Well, they're both fighting with a sense of urgency. Bradley a little bit more intensity, but not landing any more shots.
Well, both of them, neither one of them wants a bad decision.
Nobody wants to get
Neither one.
Oh, and there's a big cut in the last 30 seconds for Pacquiao.
Time has been called.
Big cut.
Manny's got it by the left side. Up.
Oh, and what a buzzkill with the intensity in the last 30 seconds. They managed to go the whole fight without a headbutt. And there was a while there in a stretch where Jim Bradley was known for getting headbutts.
Oh, the reason being that Bradley's coming forward, Pacquiao's answering him.
Here we are. Bradley trying to finish him off, but he can't catch him. Manny was stopping the last combination of the goal. And this one's all over.
Well, I don't know if it's going to change anybody's mind about the first fight. But I thought this was Pacquiao's fight.
I thought it was a more definitive victory,
Again.
Larry. I agree.
I eventually scored it, giving Pacquiao Bradley the final round. I scored it 116-113 in favor of Manny Pacquiao. I think you might have had it a little bit wider.
I had it Bradley with only 3 rounds. 9 rounds to 3. Pacquiao.
I gave Bradley the first round and I gave Bradley the first round and the 4th round.
So did I.
And then the 5th round I gave to Bradley, which you didn't.
I didn't.
And I gave Bradley the last round, and I assume you didn't give him that round.
I didn't, but I gave him the 11th.
Yeah, I gave him the 11th round too. In fact,
So we're pretty much on the same.
Yeah, we're on the same. A little bit apart, but we both have Manny Pacquiao winning the fight.
Right.
Now it'll be interesting to see how.
And not in a close manner, mind you.
No. Now I understand that the American network has turned things around.
Oh, I think it drastically changed it, and Manny.
Yeah, that Manny has now won the fight.
Listen, again, you go to the old adage, you ask yourself, who would you rather have been at the end of that fight? And to me, Pacquiao looked like he was in control. He had landed bigger shots. Bradley looked like a frustrated fighter, the desperate fighter, the emotional fighter. He had his moments, but not enough to seal the victory in my eyes.
Well, I'm quite confident that we're right, and it's a unanimous decision. But Michael Puff will make it official.
Gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand, we go to the scorecards. Craig Metcalf and Michael Pernick score it 116 to 112. Glenn Drovich 118 to 110. All 3 judges have it.